Hey guys, Clack here. I'm going to go over a few tips that help you out in push start rating and possibly be the next big player. Keep in mind, I can only provide you the tools to do well, and the rest is up to you. You got to learn this and practice it and get better. First things first is you're going to want to know your class, basically inside and out. And once you learn your class, you're going to have to learn all the other classes, but we'll get to that later. Alright, you're going to need to know your D cooldowns and your damage cooldowns. There's going to be a lot of situations depending on when to pop your damage and defensive cooldowns. It's really, I can't do it in one video. I could, I guess, but it would take literally forever. It's something you gotta learn on your own, pretty much, and it's a lot to do with communication. Basically, for the lowdown, you're going to want to save your defensive cooldowns for when your healer is in a CC like Poly or Fear or anything. You really want to save it for that. After that, you're pretty much fucked if you don't have any cooldowns. It's sort of the same thing for damage cooldowns. You really want to go hard when the enemy healer is in CC. Like, again, it takes a lot of communication, and you might even want to find two buddies to stick with and try to learn together. That might be the best thing. Next two things are probably the hardest to overcome, and you'll forever be trying to improve this: positioning and tunnel visioning. For positioning, you want to make sure you never LOS your healer, and always be aware where you are compared to your enemy team. And for tunnel visioning, the best way I've learned to overcome this is by simply communicating with your team, because this forces you to look around and be aware of your team and your enemy team. But again, this is something that is very hard. It won't be simply learned overnight. Every rank 1 player makes this mistake, and they're always working on it, and you should too. Alright, if you guys just go ahead and go through all the tips I gave you, this is how you become a better player. And another good tip that I can give you is by watching other better players play, pretty much. You just watch them and you try to learn what they do, and you try to mimic that. And if you're ever in arena yourself and you lose, you always gotta ask, why did you lose? You gotta look back on your game. You know, maybe I could have stopped my healer from getting CC. Maybe we could have popped cooldowns earlier. There could be a million different things that could totally change up that loss to a win. Alright, well that's it for this video, guys. Clack out.